Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. Last time we finished the talking of we finished the mystery of vampires. The explanation of vampires by Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Talk. Last time there's something I will not name the disease, but it's pretty weird. But now we will read the new newspaper about the WHO. Okay. Coachella 2020, 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. WHO vows to stop major hospitals selling furries sedative illegally. Furry, so which means this guy's he really never changed. I know, but it was surprisingly nice catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey Akiyama, I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. I think the last one was the remedy. But there's no harm in checking some other combinations. Alright? You know what to do. What was it again? Tea, milk. No. Tea, ginger, milk. I think this is it. Nope. Okay. Tea, milk, ginger. Okay. Galahad. Okay. This is the one. Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh, didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Those two bastards. It wasn't pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, tough? Just because I'm a vampire, it doesn't mean I know Kung Fu. Besides, I'd had a couple of drinks. I could have taken them both if I was sober. A couple, really? You were trashed, Hyde. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, we're not his bodyguard? Not at the time. We didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. Then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So, I hailed a cab. Turns out, he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. I was stuck with him until morning. Hahaha. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Yala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who are they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the mafia. They might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money. So I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew I was innocent and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. At a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning, I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all, that trouble you cost me the night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke. Breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So, how did you go working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed. I'd prefer it if we skip that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind you telling the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life, helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Akiyama, I'd like to order something now. What would you like? Can you make a tea base stick that's warm and cool at the same time? Warm? Nope. Oh. Warm and cool, right? Okay. Oh, no. Two. Oh, no. Warm and cool, right? Okay. Okay. Warm and cool. A little bit of bitter on the side. Okay. Serve. Here's your order. Exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Speak of the devil. Hello, good people. And one vampire. It's good to see you too. Ooh-wee. Oh boy. She is very upset. Oh man. Galahan, okay. Who was the new one? Okay. It's good to see you too, Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. Heh. I've no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look tired. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work. How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Akiyama my draft, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff. And I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear. But please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admining life going? That's not even a word, Rhea. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a special it costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care such as operations, I go through what we'd do and how much it would cost them. Kinda like biz dev for people's lives then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly. It's an interest job yet no one talks about it. Maybe because some admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find it any reason to. It's the patient's personal lives anyway. Such personalization and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. You. He needs to be a little bit less loyal though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Holy. Ask for a promotion, man. They keep offering me new positions, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Oh, why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. I still get raises while I'm doing this job. I really can't figure you out. That's gala for you. Anyway, my ship's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you going to stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibes here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip. See you around Akiyama. And you, Freya. See you. Take care on your way. Woo-wee! The best game ever. You know, it's kinda hard to believe. Someone like Gala could be your best friend. You were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh, really? Oh, man, I missed an interesting story. So, how did you guys meet? Seriously, I have to retell the story. Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Okay. Whoa. I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously, he doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya. Come on. I won't get into details, but going to war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was his strength. So he only did work that relied on his muscle. But that wouldn't help him get over his trauma, though, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him as for his muscle. Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet. So no personal feelings. I needed his strength. But then I got to be interested in him. I think he's a cool person, that's all. And after a few months, I noticed his problem. I suggested talk about it with someone seek help, which he refused. No surprise there, but I kinda pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually, he did go to get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end, he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that, he started working at the hospital, and he's been working. No. Good evening, everyone. Oh boy, good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, Barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Yes, Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with earthly efforts in intergalactic exploration. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So, hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hyde. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Oh, you're not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. more to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here instead of? And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? Ah, the Arimi Genru album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. Before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. You really can taste anything? Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting promise. But without you will able to do that. Challenge accepted. Surprise us. I'm back. I just look at our guide for this guy's drink. Milk, honey, mint. Is that it? The Milky Way? Yep. Let's see, I hope I got this right. Thank you. What the? Interesting. Before you ask, that's how they drink this. Okay, what is this? We have never been able to taste anything in our life, but this is a breakthrough. We have to report immediately. Done. Thank you so much from all of our kind. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes. Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure, Fred Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travelers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date, all the way from a galaxy far, far away. Wow. It turns out Perps exists everywhere in the universe. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand, but we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Oh man. But we believe it is alright to share it with you tonight. Thanks to this eye-opening drink from the barista, I owe you this story. So why? Everyone, including us and you and everyone else, is tasked to keep the balance of the universe. But sometimes it is hard for some civilizations to maintain balance by themselves, because unknown threats that are beyond each civilization's power can appear, and that is where we come in. I still don't see the relation between that and impregnating us. You're quite dense, aren't you? Why, hey, you came here to give seeds, so a half-breed of your kind can be born on Earth. That is correct. The half-breeds will be a half-earthling and half whatever you are. Yes. Assuming that you have some powers that we can comprehend, you are trying to make sure Earth will have its own protector. That is 100% correct. Holy shit. You're trying to give us a superhero? Yes, that is where your people will call the protector. But why go all through but why go through all the hassle? Oh man. Reading this again is so nostalgic for me. Oh dear. Oh man. It sounds like a lot of work. Why not just explain this to someone? I'm sure a lot of women wouldn't mind giving birth to a superhero. Sadly, it is not that simple. A future protector has to be someone that loves this planet more than anything. They have to be born out of love, which we have learned is a very complicated feeling on Earth. We have it easier back home due to the nature of our communication. We understand everyone deeply by default. So everyone on our planet loves each other from the moment they're born. That sounds beautiful and creepy. Why? It sounds like your planet is a giant spherical orgy. That was a badly chosen word, but it is roughly similar to the truth. Oh my. If what you say is true, shouldn't we help them to get laid with love? Guidance is all we need. Otherwise, we might be responsible for the birth of a super evil person instead. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised with how quirky and unique you are. Not many women can handle that. Could you handle them though? Me? I don't know, what do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decided to go on a date. Or maybe go further. If it got you a good story. Oh man. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them. But I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you're willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories. But I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. You have heard those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then, why with such rules do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves. And those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention, some races live for a very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also love of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case, but Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today. But we have another questions for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time, you start by dating boyfriends or girlfriends, before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You could start by asking whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? How? The path of starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow. The breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easier if you're a smooth talker. Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. After all that, making kids is still in a different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talk about using condoms. But how do your kind have sex? Like seeing how you drink. A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that. But we cannot tell you the details unless we agree to do the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research and we tried it on the testing subject we made. It was proven the mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. Oh, excuse me. It was really nice talking with all of you. You are welcome. We are off now. Bye. Thank you. Take care on your way, sir. Alright. Whew. That was really something. Indeed. They said the first time they came here was for a date, right? Yeah, but their date never came. But then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer org. Wow. I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such natively. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? I'm just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend didn't come a few days ago. And Freya was being pretty nosy to the point Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation unless it really piques his interest or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow. So I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh well, that'll be a peaceful week then. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business? She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. Oh my god. I love it! I love this game. Oop. Okay, this is the end of the episode, everyone. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Those heroes of antiquity ne'er saw a cannonball, or knew the force of powder to slay their foes withal. But our brave boys do know it and banish all their fears, sing a ta-ra-row and a row-row-row with a British grenadier.